Hello everybody, it is me, Real American Politics, here today with a new video. Sorry about that, but this video is talking about what is the best case scenario for each candidate this election cycle. Now, the reason I want to make this video is because I'm getting so sick and tired of Orange Man is going to lose the election by a landslide. No, he isn't. And no one's talking about a possibility of a landslide for Trump. Now, do I think a landslide is going to happen? No. But I want to kind of look at a landslide for both candidates. Best case scenario, which is pretty much a landslide. So we're going to start with Joe Biden. Okay. So we're going to do all the safe Republican states. Alaska, safe Republican. All these states. Don't give me this nonsense that Utah would be like lean Republican. It's gonna go safe Republican no matter what. Nebraska at large and their 2 districts are safe. Kansas is safe. Missouri, Oklahoma, Arkansas, all of these states are safe. But I'm gonna leave off South Carolina, Indiana, and actually Missouri, just for now. Now for Biden safe states, it's gonna be Hawaii, the West Coast, Virginia at this scenario, Illinois in this scenario, the entirety of the Northeast, and Maine's 1st District. So this is the safe map. To say this map is ugly for Republicans is an understatement. This is assuming Biden wins in a complete landslide. Now, we're going to go state to state. Nevada in a Biden landslide, probably a likely Democrat. Biden wins the state probably by 8 or 9. He does very well, probably the Hispanic vote in this scenario, and the working class vote. Like, Trump completely collapses at the end. He has, like, 0 appeal in Nevada. Arizona, I think, would probably be a lean Democrat. 5 to 6 points to Biden. Let's say all the McCain and Romney vote just go all out anti-Trump and just full out just all vote for Biden. You see the state probably go 5 or 6 to Biden. Trump would not do too well with Hispanics in this scenario, like I said. That's going to hurt him a little bit. And Trump would do a lot worse with the 65-plus vote. Colorado and New Mexico would be safe Democrat in this scenario. No argument about it. Biden probably wins them by 15 points in best case scenario. Nebraska's 2nd district, I think, would go to Biden probably by a lean margin, 5-6 points. It is a district that's not really trending either way, but if Biden gets the same energy as Obama did somehow, and a little bit better like Arizona and stuff, he would win Nebraska's 2nd district. Texas, I think would still tilt to Trump's column, just by like a sliver, by a couple thousand votes. The biggest reason for this is I don't think Biden has much of an appeal at all in Texas at all. I think Biden would probably win it. Now that I think about it, in best case scenario, probably by 1% or 2. It'll be tilt Democrat. I don't truly think that would happen, but this is assuming like Trump does terrible with all the establishment and they all go to Biden and his base kind of just dies. So I think Texas would probably go Democrat then, now that I think about it. Florida, I think Biden would win it probably by a lean margin. I would put it likely, but Florida does have weird attachment with incumbents. They always seemingly vote for the incumbent no matter who. So I think it would keep it from being likely, but still probably be a lean Democrat state. Georgia, I think, would be a tilt D state. Probably Biden wins it by a point. North Carolina, Biden probably wins by probably a likely margin of best case scenario by 8 or 9 points. Like, the legacy Democrats all come home. Trump loses all the gains he made. And Mitt Romney votes just all out vote against him. So he would probably lose the state by 8 or 9 in this scenario. South Carolina would probably be likely Republican. Trump probably wins by 8 or 9. The biggest reason is, like, Biden's turnout with African Americans and other minorities would be through the roof, and he would do way better than Hillary Clinton did with the minority vote. So that would push it to a likely margin. Missouri, I think, would probably be a likely Republican state. The biggest reason for this is, like, Trump loses all the gains he made. Same deal as South Carolina. And same thing in Indiana. He, like, loses all the gains he made. The voters that support Trump because of Pence, they kind of just leave. And really, Republicans kind of just lose all the gains they made since around 2012. They would probably lose all the gains they made since 2012 in Indiana. So, we gotta get to the Rust Belt now. This is where it's gonna get pretty ugly for Trump real quickly. Iowa, I think, would still just barely... Nah, Biden would probably win it, actually. Now that I think about it, he probably wins the state by a point and a half. It's a very elastic population, so it probably would happen in best case scenario. Ohio, I think, would be a lean Dem state. Personally, I think that this would only happen if Biden gets all the legacy Dems back and just Trump just has no appeal left to his base. I forgot about New York. Sorry about that. New York is safe. I should mention that. Pennsylvania, I think that it would go to Biden probably by a safe margin. Technically his home state, but he only lived there for like a year. So he would probably win the state by 10, 11 points. Michigan, I think, would probably be a likely Democrat. Actually, probably safe Democrat. It'd probably be because the union workers just all go for Biden. And kind of the same thing in Pennsylvania. Just all the legacy Dems, like in Upper Peninsula, the auto workers, they all go to Biden. They have kind of, I guess you would say they would have the nostalgia, I can never say that word properly, of Obama and how Biden and Obama bailed out the auto industry in 2008. So you probably see that. Wisconsin would be a likely Democrat. Trump would do good enough in the northern part of the state, no matter what, to keep it from being within 10. Minnesota would be with a safe margin. That's not questionable in this scenario. New Hampshire would probably be a likely Democrat. All Republicans would just bail on him. This would assume like Chris Sununu doesn't do too well in the governor election. So just a full-out collapse of Republicans in New Hampshire. Maine at large would be safe Democrat, and Maine 2nd District would probably go to Trump by a sliver, a complete and total sliver, just within a half a point. It'd be super close. Now, this is the Biden's best case scenario for this election. This seems like a complete stretch because a state like Texas, I don't think would go blue this cycle. Neither would Iowa and Ohio. Now, we gotta do Trump's best case scenario. So let's just start with the safe states. Missouri would be safe. It's pretty obvious what states would be safe in this scenario. Ohio, Iowa, Maine 2nd District. Now, that is the safe Republican states. Now we gotta do the kind of the interesting safe Republican state, which is Texas. I think it would be safe Republican and best case scenario for Trump. So would Georgia. I think Georgia would go to Trump probably by 11 points in a best case scenario. That's assuming the Atlanta suburbs all go to Trump by a crazy margin and all the rhinos in that state just all out go for him by a large enough margin. North Carolina would probably be likely Republican. This assumes that all the legacy Dems keep going to Trump and there's just a 5-point drop in Democrat support in North Carolina, which is likely but not plausible. Hold up. It's plausible but not likely. Excuse my language. Probably that one's a likely Republican state. Florida would probably be a lean Republican state, probably by 5 or 6 to Trump. The Cuban vote all out goes for Trump by a large enough margin to carry it over to 5 or 6 point victory. Arizona would probably be same thing as Arizona, 5, 6 points. Florida. It could get to a likely margin, best case scenario, but for now I'm going to keep it as a lean margin. Nebraska 2nd District would probably be a lean Republican district, 6, 7 points for Trump. Minnesota would probably be a lean Republican state. He wins the state probably by 2 points in the best case scenario. Wisconsin probably a likely Republican state. He wins the state by 8 or 9. Kind of becomes the next Ohio in a sense. He does way better with the northern part of the state. He does way better with the wild counties. He maxes out in the Southeast. He just improves everywhere, to say the least. Michigan probably same thing as Minnesota, probably like 2 to 3 points for Trump. It'll be closer than the other Rust Belt states, but it would still go to Trump by a decent enough margin. Pennsylvania, I think, would be a lean margin, 5-6 points for Trump. And that's assuming that Biden has no appeal to Pennsylvania at all. The Philly turnout just collapses. New Hampshire, I think, would probably be a lean Republican state, 2 points for Trump. Maine's 1st district, I think, would probably be a likely margin. And Maine at large would probably go to Trump by a tilt margin, probably by a couple thousand votes. Nevada, I think, would go to Trump by I think a lean margin, a 1.5 points. It would go to Trump by. That's assuming that the Hispanic vote there goes old to Trump, and he does way better with the Las Vegas area, and he keeps his gains in the rural part of the state. Colorado would probably flip to Trump by a tilt margin. So would New Mexico. Pretty much assuming the Hispanic vote just falls out, go to Trump by 45% of the vote goes to Trump for the Hispanic vote. Virginia would still be Democrat probably by a likely margin this time. Actually lean. And the Northeast would probably get all likely margin. And Oregon would get a likely margin too. And that is my best case scenario for both candidates. Hope you guys enjoyed. Kind of an interesting topic to discuss upon. If you guys did enjoy the video, hit that like button down below, subscribe, share with your friends. And, yeah, hope you guys have a beautiful day and a great day, and have a wonderful rest of your week. Goodbye.